Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Racing with me, Rollcase TV, where I do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of talents, but a whole lot of new season. If I go to the map, you'll see upper left quad there, Superbike 2022. I did all the qualifier races, which you can't really see, but underneath here. Did all the work, did all the qualifiers, did all the races, 8 of 8. Failed in the qualifier for the final event, as usual. Sigh. Oh, do I have a reward? No reward. Oh, I didn't set a time in that challenge. Let's see, when I zoom back, are there any others that I did do? I guess I didn't see the gray one. Yeah, when they end, I was wondering why there were only 2. There's actually a third one, but it was gray. Yeah, there it is. Does it go away? No, it doesn't go away. It's there. Yeah, I haven't played in a couple weeks, so I'm not surprised. This one I haven't done. It'll still be there when I start a new season. So anyway, yes, it's time to start a new season. Because I'm finished with this season. It's the first season of the Superbike. So let's start a new season. And not the 23. They assume 23. Nope, I'm going to do another 22. I don't know what the Q means there. I still never figured that out. But, yeah, this one, I finished all the way up to level 5. Performance didn't help me. I got, oh, do they reset the performance points? I might have to grind out some, I might have to grind out some more. 556. Oh, that's how many I've spent. Okay, that's right. I've got a tremendous amount. So I actually haven't spent to upgrade anything, though. Maybe that's how much current performance that I've gotten is worth. Anyway, all right, let's start a new Superbike 2022 season. Not going to be doing the 23 season. I'll hold the X. Okay. When we start a new season, we'll go back to rider selection. All unsaved progress will be lost. Do you want to start a new season? Yes, because my unsaved progress is no more. I can't progress anymore. There's nothing else to do. You won't let me do the final race. I didn't get in 20 minutes because you always set the limit to 20 minutes. It doesn't matter what your bike is, what your competition is, anything. It's got to be 20 minutes. Lowest difficulty level, still 20 minutes. Anyway, okay. And yes, that's the guy I want. Connor Cummings, local boy, chose him. Go to the motorbike setup. And we're going to upgrade all of these to level 2. I have to... Okay. Equipped. And... equipped. And they make you do 4 different button presses to get this right. Equipped. Button press. Button press. Okay, 3 button presses in a hold. But then another button press to go back. So there. And another button press. It's like there's too many buttons. I'm going to get carpal tunnel. I already have tendonitis in my index finger bad enough that I have to wear a little homemade brace on it when I play video games. That's my excuse for why I stink. Because I got a partially immobilized finger. It doesn't matter, actually. It maybe even be helpful because it springs back, but... Okay, so level 2, second season for the Superbike. So, second season for the Superbike. Ooh, I got an achievement. Unlock and upgrade for all components on a Superbike motorbike. That's interesting. More upgrade points. More achievement points. How many what do I have? Tell me really fast. No, I can't see really fast. I'm not gonna go to the desktop. I got quite a few Xbox points you get for any achievement points. I don't know what they call them. Anyway, alright. And they don't change the color ever, do they? Oh, maybe they do. No, they don't change the color. Huh. All you can do is fill it up, or that's equipped. I do have a fuel tank equipped. You are correct, sir. I never noticed it before, but this stays gray the whole time. I mean, there's no reason you would want to upgrade it ever. Okay, back. There it is. And go ahead and start. Yes, this is the guy I want. Start a new season. Yay. I'm not thrilled with the livery. I would prefer a British Racing Green livery, since that's my favorite color. Actually, a slightly lighter emerald. Traditional British Racing green is really dark. I like it just a slight bit lighter, which you could probably tell by looking at my logo background. But a little bit darker than the color of the eyes in my kitty cat profile picture. Not profile picture. Exclam art Twitch chat. Shout out to my my artist. All right, so we have everything already found. So this season will be a little bit quicker. We don't have to find things, and we can just zoom through the season by doing the first qualifier, which is over here. Oh, I'm actually right next to it. Oh, I can just drive to it. Oh boy, I'm so much faster now. And better brakes, probably. No, the brakes still suck. The brakes are really bad. I think that's a Superbike thing. The bikes don't keep up with the increased engine. Alright. And... yes! Overcast! Which is a shame. Okay. Single section, so we'll go quickly. Usually throughout the season, there's only like one out of the 16 events, 8 qualifiers, 8 races. There's usually only 1 or 2 that are full circuits. Most of them are just sections. Okay. Actually, last season I came in 3rd in 1 race. I was quite surprised. And skipped the free practice, because that's meaningless. An hour of free practice, don't need it. Only 30 minutes class, so that's only 20 minutes of practice. Continue. Okay, and 30 minutes qualifying, start event. You get 60 minutes of qualifying for the main event qualifier. And again, track map. Let everyone get out ahead of me, so they don't rear end me, because they will. They're mean like that. I can only hope that the follow-on race is a mass start, because otherwise they have to sit there at the starting line for 90 seconds waiting for all 9 people ahead of me to go. First guy, I gotta say, TT Alaman 3 in many ways, is far superior than the earlier versions. The open world is bigger, it's more accurate, etc. I mean, the actual course was pretty accurate in TT Element 2 as well. But there's little things that really annoy me about Element 3. And to be honest, I prefer Element 2. In part, you don't have to, it's not single-threaded. You can do different races throughout. It's not as difficult on the easier skill levels. Not as difficult. I played it on. I can finish middle of the pack on the lowest difficulty level, and even sneak a win here and there. Some podium appearances on TD Element 1. I could win races on the lowest skill level, and even higher skill levels, I'd be competitive. This I can't get anywhere. So they suffer from the problem, a common problem in video games, where sequels get harder and harder and harder because they get. I mean, the developers probably get better at the game, but they also get dishonest feedback. People that think the game is a good difficulty level don't hear from them. And people that want the game, that generally find the game too easy, maybe like have an audience, if they're content creators or something. And I don't know if the developers feel they need to challenge them. But I think mostly you get feedback from people that just tell them, if they're listening to Reddit or something, oh man, the game's a good game, but it's too easy, man. I beat it in 15 minutes. So. And it's all not true. Most of those people are just lying. Because they have small egos and maybe small other thing, egos. Oh! They have to prove themselves by saying how good they are at video games. Which I'm beyond all that. I don't care. I'm lonely. I stink. I'm fine with stinking. My audience, well, the ones that have subscribed to my channel and followed my Twitch channel and subscribed to my YouTube channel, they're fine with my stinking. I'm sure a lot of people, I do occasionally get comments. Usually I get only nice comments, but occasionally I'll read comments on my YouTube videos. I don't get any whispers on Twitch. If you want to contact me, the best way to do it is on my Twitch channel, whisper me if you want to have a private conversation. My Discord is in the process, but it's slow. I'm spending more time streaming than I am working on my Discord channel, and I'm doing it all by myself. The person who's going to help me, unfortunately, couldn't do it. And I had a second person who's also going to help me some. And he also does not have time. The one person was very experienced in setting up Discord channels. The other one was experienced in administering and moderating. And so, but anyway, Discord's coming. It's going to be for Twitch followers, YouTube subscribers. Filter out the riffraff. Don't need hate raiders. We can have them. I know some people just set up. Well, some people, the bigger content creators, you have to be like a patron or a YouTube member or a Twitch subscriber. You have to pay them to be on your Discord. Which I suppose, you can't manage the Discord. You got 5 million subscribers on YouTube. You probably don't want 5 million people in your Discord. But you won't have to pay to be on my Discord. Free to follow on Twitch, free to subscribe on YouTube. I have to use an external bot though to check that stuff. So when you go into the Discord, you will have to link. We'll have to give the bot that controls that permission to read. Give them some read access, and it tells you if you say, okay, I want to link your YouTube account, and and it'll open up a new web page or whatever, maybe an app page or something. If you got like Android and it's Google or something like that. Saying, okay, this is specifically, and it's a message from the bot, it's a message from YouTube, a message from Twitch saying this is the access that this bot wants, and it's the minimum access they can request that gives them a subscriber list. So it's like request the channels that you are subscribed to is basically it. And so if you don't want the bot to know who you're subscribed to because you're nervous about that, you can just contact me and I'll find some other way of, we can work out another way of verifying. And the best way to contact me is a whisper on Twitch. If you whisper me on Twitch and you're a Twitch follower, and you don't want to link your Twitch account, but I'll have to know you. I'm not going to I'm a follower. I just followed an hour ago and I want to be on your Discord. No, buddy. Sorry. Link your account so that my bot can go bounce you when you cancel your follow because you're only following because you want to sell me something. You want to sell me, you want to send me followers. You want to sell me subs to boost my channel. I had somebody follow me. First person I ever had to block on my Twitch channel. Usually when it gets solicitors, they're like, I say no, thanks. And the nicest ones are people that, they'll like send a message on Discord, because you can't message me on Discord if we both share the same Discord channel. I don't have public Discord messages, which is why Twitch is the best way. I'm open all whispers on Twitch. I could still block you on Discord, but I don't want to be bothered with it on Discord. But if you're a member of the same channel, like if we're both members of the Barrel Rollers or whatever, you can mess with me. You don't have to send me a friend request. Although if we start a conversation on Twitch, I might, find out where your Discord ID is and then send you a friend request so that we can have a better two-way conversation. Or the best way to initially contact me is on Twitch. But I finally had to, somebody, and I'll even tell you who they are. It's Barklegam, B-A-R-K-L-Y, Barklegam, B-A-R-K-L-Y-G-A-M. Yeah, if they whisper you, just block them immediately, because they're just trying to sell you subscribers or followers. And I told the person no thanks, not interested, and they just would not take no for an answer, and I got more aggressive in saying no. Finally told them to F off, and then I blocked them. And they just sent me two messages. I said two whispers. It's a problem when they start off by saying, hey, how's it going? And then a second follow-up message is also equally inane and has nothing to do with your content. I say, going good, what's on your mind, And then they say, well, I just wondered if you were interested in, becoming monetized on Twitch, becoming an affiliate. It's like, I'm already an affiliate, and you would know that if you actually joined the channel, because you'd get an ad. Sorry, I can't turn off all the ads on Twitch, but I turn off as many as I can. But pre-roll ads are required. But no, you never join your channel. You just have a list of whoever you can find on Twitch. Maybe you sort them by current number of viewers or something in reverse so that you can see, oh, these people might want to buy followers because they only have 3 people on their stream, 2 people on their stream. Anyway, joke. Oh, still got points. 102. And look at my upgrade points, 2,370. Front one that tells you how long I've been playing, which the level tells you how long I've been playing. But especially when you can see I only get the minimum number of points each time. But also the upgrade points screwed up. There's some kind of bug. They might have fixed it by now where you get like 10 times more or like 100 times more than you're supposed to. I'm supposed to get like 8 upgrade points for finishing last. I got like 800 twice. Why my upgrade points are so high. Anyway, I spent a bunch of time grinding out one of the challenges that I could actually do. And, yeah, for nothing. Okay, another section. Clear weather. I don't need the info, because it's always the same. The, AI skill season 100%. Whoa, that's not right. Really? Do I have to change that every time? I haven't been playing with that the whole season, right? No, because I finished third ones. It shouldn't be 100%. Oh, controller. Yeah, no, AI skill level is 30. That's as low as you can get. Imperial, beginner. Freedom units, beginner. Rigging system, combined. You see, everything is the easiest I can make it. No, I'm not going to delete my game data. Okay. So why is it telling me... Okay, AI skills season. Did I click the wrong thing? I must have clicked the wrong thing. No, AI skill seasons. That's what I said last time, 100%. Okay, no, 30%. That's what I want. Did I have to confirm it? Is that a bug? I guess I should look at info all the time now. I'm eating pretzels. It's a weekend stream. I eat pretzels on the weekend because I inevitably skip lunch. And I only drink my breakfast, which is not gin, it's coffee. All right, let's go. Oh, I didn't see it was a mass start. No, it's an interval start. So I got 90 seconds, just run at the mouth, which is something I can usually do pretty easily. During certain points in my career, I gave talks. Some people get nervous on stage. I mean, never got nervous. If I forgot what I was supposed to be talking about, which, I mean, back then I was younger, I didn't forget what I was supposed to be talking about. If I forgot what I was supposed to be talking about, I would just come up with something more or less related. Come up with some anecdote or make up some stupid joke that, you know, when you're giving a talk in front of an audience, in front of like an auditorium of people at a trade show or something, they always laugh at your dumb joke, no matter how awful it is. I don't know. They're plied up with liquid breakfast. I don't know. In that case, not coffee. They politely laugh. Doesn't matter what you say. Anyway, but no, I've did product presentations and stuff like that, or just general purpose talk. You get in the trade show by saying you want to discuss some. I was a software developer for a number of years, going through different levels of it. Product manager, from junior software programmer to senior engineer to designer to project manager, product manager, all kinds of things, and sales support, customer support. Well, customer support management. Anyway, so I did go to trade shows. And you get into a trade show, the purpose of going to a trade show is really just to show off your software, which you can do on the trade show floor, right? But the way to get the biggest audience is to actually sign up for a talk and give a talk. And you give a talk, but you can't give a talk about, here's my software, I'm going to do a sales pitch. Nobody's going to show up for a sales pitch talk. So you give a talk on something that's relevant to the industry, but it's like the problem of logistics in trucking software, right? And it just so happens your software solves that problem. It's one of the companies I work for, software trucking industry. Which reminds me, tomorrow, if you're watching this on Twitch, we're watching it live, or if nobody's chatting, so who knows, but if you're watching the VOD, within the first 24 hours of being posted, yeah, on Sundays starting at 12:30 p.m. U.S. time, running until usually around 6 or so. SnowRunner. I look forward to SnowRunner. That's the most recent game I started playing. I really look forward to it. Going through the entire game. If you don't know about SnowRunner, it's a open world hauler genre. They kind of invented it. Saber, interactive, spin tires, Mudrunner, SnowRunner. They've got a new one that's out, but it's not really a hauler game. They took the exploration. There was no exploration in spin tires or Mudrunner. SnowRunner added exploration. You go find watchtowers and stuff to unlock parts of the map, and I think it's kind of like that. Some stuff in Mudrunner, but it wasn't. The maps were not all complicated and stuff. SnowRunner is a huge game. Even the base game is 10 times the size of, well, easily 10 times the size of the original Mudrunner game, because the original Mudrunner game only had like 3 maps. And smallish maps compared to it's not gonna mess. But with all the different seasons, they've just released season 12. They've announced that there's gonna be a 4th anniversary. Well, year 4 pass, which I've purchased. And that's gonna have 4 more seasons so that makes 16 seasons or 16 locations, because each season gives you a new location, which is not a map. Each location has from 2 to 4 maps, and lots of different things. Like I said, it's a hauler game, so you drive around the mud or the snow and ice and whatever else with big rigs and do tasks to make deliveries mostly, but all the other stuff you do. And one of the things you might do is have to reach certain points on the map, which are very difficult to get to. You have to rock crawl up a bunch of rocks to the top of a mountain many times over. You have to risk tipping your vehicle over, hauling massive containers that are top heavy, that sort of thing. Anyway, but they have a new game out that's really emphasizing the exploration. I don't think it has any big rig vehicles at all. The vehicles you drive are all older. It was a Russian company that started the game, later bought out by an American company, but original spin tires. Mudrunner was basically a commercialization of spin tires. Spin tires was an independent game, and it featured Russian maps and trucks and old Soviet trucks. Because you don't need to get a license agreement for an old Soviet truck. Now, though, they have vehicles that are based on old Soviet vehicles, but are not the same brand names. Well, I guess you can't get a license, so you can't use the brand name. Since the Soviet state vehicles, believe it or not, are no longer manufactured, and the companies no longer exist. Well, the company was the Soviet Union. Anyway, Very fun game. Very, very long. Just started it. That series is going to be going on for probably a couple years. So let's see. How did I do? Last. But look at the gap. My gap was only 44 seconds, which isn't too bad. Well, the person ahead of me, their gap was 6 seconds. So, you know, if my goal is to have less than the gap behind the person in front of me, then the person in front of me has to be the leader, which was originally my goal, which I've hit a few times. So, I didn't come close to that. I mean, but 44 seconds is less than 10 times the gap. So, there you go. And that's now how I measure success. All right, let's see what's next. Qualifier. It is a section. I don't know if they ever have, I guess they do have full laps. It's raining. So I get to say, even though I'm at 1080 now, unfortunately, the Twitch app on Xbox, which I complain about a lot, used to let you set the kilobit per second up pretty high. Now there's a drop. You could set it independently. Now there's a drop down list. The highest they can give you is 6,000 kilobit per second. So 1080 30 frames, you're still going to get motion blur at 6,000 kilobits per second. And 1080 60 frames at 6,000 kilobits per second. You're going to get even worse motion blur. So 1080 30 is the most I'm going to do. It's a little bit better than the 720, because the 720, the best you could do in drop down was 3,000 kilobit per second. Now 1080 is a little bit, 1080 30 pushes a little bit more than twice the video data. The audio data is minimal. So in general, the file sizes, the amount of data that it has to push is, the amount of graphic data it has to push is about 10 times as much, or twice as much, and the bit rate is twice as much. So it's going to be comparable, but fortunately the 1080 does have slightly less motion blur than the 720 does, or maybe it has as much motion blur, but because of the higher resolution it's harder to see. I don't know, but in the rain is when you really notice it, so I'm apologizing in advance. I was hoping that I could get rid of the motion blur, but I can't. But 1080 is a little bit better, so I've mentioned before, I got new internet equipment once I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. And I promised to do a Discord, and I'm going to be doing a Discord. I'm working on it now. It's open for beta. Free practice. We skip the free practice. Where we're going, we don't need no practice. And where we're going is the bottom of the list. Alright, start event. Track map, let them get ahead of me. They don't get me in behind. From the behind. All right, you little purple arrows, you get out there. And all you? That all you got? All right. Oh, and here comes the rain. Great song, by the way. The Eurythmics is a little after my age, but still like them. I hated 80s music as a boomer. As a boomer. Oh! Oh, what a save! Couldn't do that with anything but... I knew I didn't wait long enough. There's somebody behind me. You better not hit me. Oof. My bike does... Oh, there's somebody else behind me. You just go on ahead. Oh, there's all kinds of people behind me. I did not wait long enough. I had a feeling... Well, I'll fall off soon enough and then they'll get past me. Or they'll knock into me. Although if they hit me, they go down too, and so they might not. Ah, there we go. Ah, still somebody behind me. How? Why did that race marshal clap? Why did she clap after I fell down? She's not supposed to be clapping. Isn't she supposed to be running out there to see if I'm okay? You see that? She was clapping. That's rude, lady. Madam. Young man. You look young. I don't know. I only saw her ponytail from behind. But I did see her clapping at me falling down. Yeah! Ugly man fell off his bike. No, I can't. And I'm wearing a helmet. How do you know? You just assume I've fallen off enough that I probably have scars on my face. Anyway, don't clap. If you're at a road race and somebody falls off their bike, don't clap. It's rude. I mean, you can watch the video afterwards and clap or laugh or whatever. Don't clap while you're there. Anyways, was I done with my software stories? Probably. Yes, I could always prattle on. My verbals. I watched, I had never seen before Murder by Death and the movie that came out a couple years after that, which are from my era, 76, 78. Yeah, I was talking about, 80s music. I came to appreciate 80s music later in the aughts. The Audis, as they say in the UK, which I love. Or the Naughties, that's what they call it, the Naughties. The 1900s, they call the aughts. So you have the 1910, the 1920s, 1910s, the aughts. But they didn't say 19-aughts. It's just, the 20s, the 10s, and the aughts. Anyway. But another old man complaint, as people say, the 2000s. The early 2000s. Or the mid-2000s, the mid-2000s, meaning 2005. We haven't come close to the mid-2000s yet, son. You're probably not going to make it to 2100. I hate to break the news to you. And, I don't know if you were born now, but it's 2024 as I'm recording this. But, people are like in their 30s saying the mid-2000s referring to the 20-Os, or the 20-aughts, or the 20-noughts, the 20-nils. They could call it the nillies. The nillies. I know, it's not nilly. Anyway, yes, I watched Murder by Death, and then there was a movie by the same team, Neil Simon, wrote a bunch of movies and TV shows back in that era. Odd Couple's the only one I can think of at the time, but there's lots of others. And he wrote it, and with the same director, whose name I don't remember. The two of them teamed up to do another movie after that called The Chief Detective. And I've heard of the Murder by Death. I've never heard of The Chief Detective. They both star Peter Falk. Well, the first one is an ensemble cast. Peter Falk plays a major character. Murder by Death has a bunch of people that starred in detective movies. And so there was Hercule Poirot, but they wouldn't give the same name. So instead of Sam Spade, it was Sam Diamond. Was the Peter Falk played him, the what's his name character, but I can't think of his name either. But anyway, I liked the second movie better, which is called The Chief Detective, which I never heard of. How did I do? Oh, I saw that yellow and I thought, was that me? Finishing 6th? No, that's just the guy got. See, I did much worse this time. 5-second gap, the guy in front of me, and then a whole minute gap. So that's more than 10 times. So I guess I did stink. Anyway, that's because I started with them behind me. They made me nervous. Anyway. Let's go to this rain. So yes, The Chief Detective I really like. It was a spoof on... I still can't remember the guy's name. Casablanca and Maltese Falcon, which starred, both starred, what's his name? And he did, like, Peter Falk, whose voice is kind of, sort of similar. Listen to Columbo and you listen to the other guy in those movies. It sounds kind of... So he did an impression of that guy. And it was a spoof of those, but combined together. This one, he was definitely a star, but it was one of those 1970s movies that had, like, cameos by a whole bunch of peoples, and had a bunch of other people from that era. Dom DeLuise starred in it, and other peoples that I can't remember. Oh, had Anne Margaret and Madeline Kahn. A lot of the comedians in that era. I don't think I have time for the race. Let's see. No, that's custom. Where's the race? How's the qualifier? Where's the race? There it is. Too many icons. Full circuit. Yeah, I definitely don't have time for this. And it's rainy again, of course. Oh, I was here to change the weather, wasn't I? Yeah, go to the rainy. So, yeah, it's 4:15. Let's, I don't really have time for anything else, as a matter of fact. I mean, it's almost 45 minutes. And, the other event here is, I know, too long as well. The other event I haven't done. This one I did. That was shorter. This one here. No, I didn't want to start it. No, I just want to look at the info. I don't have time to do this. I know it's a long course. Come on, let me exit. 1 lap. Long course. Exit. You quit. Your unsafe progress will be lost. Yes! Lose it. Lose my progress. I suppose I could have just started and then retired. I would have got the same number of points. Reward points, which is nothing when you finish last, I don't think, in these. I don't know. Might get some reward points. I don't know. Anyway, well, in that case, I'm going to call it here, but I'll finish my story. Yes! Maybe I did send it. No. What? Anne Margaret. Spoiler alert. She is actually from Romania. With some plot device thing. Like I said, it's a combination of. So there's things from Casablanca, things from the Maltese Falcon, and they're like mishmashed together, and it's pretty funny. It's got the feel of a Mel Brooks type of movie, and the people that star in it, like Madeline Kahn, you know, veterans of Mel Brooks movies. Anyway, she can't say the word baubles. Baubles? I can't say it either, and I'm not from Romania. It's not baubles, it's barbles, right? Those things that are nice little jewelry things that, you know, little baubles. Bubbles? Anyway, she can't pronounce it. She has impeccable English, of course, because, you know, it's Anne Margaret. But she gives herself away as actually being Romanian because she can't pronounce it, and only a Romanian would not be able to pronounce it. Anyway, so he's a detective, you know, he's supposed to discover those things. The chief detective. At any rate, I'm done with this. When I come back on Twitch, I'm just going to take a short break. I'll be back on Twitch in 2-3 minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, that's going to be it for this YouTube episode. Next episode will be the next weekend at 6 p.m. U.S. Central Time. That's when my TG Allman episodes drop. Also at noon on Saturdays, most Saturdays, Dirt Rally 2, more racing. Dropping at noon on Saturdays, yeah. And weekdays, I've got Snow Runner, I mentioned that. It drops at noon, Monday through Friday. And I stream that on Sundays. And weekday at 6 p.m. U.S. Central Time is Civilization 6, which I stream on Tuesday and Thursday nights, starting at 6:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time. So that's my whole schedule. Twitch.tv/rollcage_TV, YouTube.com/@rollcagetv. And if you add a /schedule to the Twitch channel, that'll show you all the schedule of when I stream. I stick to that pretty well. If you go to the YouTube channel and add /community, you'll see any announcements I have. And if you want to reach me, go on to Twitch and whisper me. I'm open to all whispers. If you try to sell me something, I'll politely say no once. And if you persist, I'll say no more aggressively. And if you persist after that, I will just swear at you and block you. I do that in real life too. When people call me up on the phone, I say politely no. And then if they persist, I say, you know, look, I said no. I'm not interested. So, you know, stop being a jerk. And then if they persist again, because if they persist after a polite no, you know they're gonna keep persisting. So then I tell them to F off and hang up on them. Anyway, I'm out of here. If you're watching on YouTube, I will see you in the next episode. Watching on Twitch, I'm not out of here. I'm going to take a short break and be back in 2 or 3 minutes. So either way, I will see you then.